What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to talk about the PELTOR ComTac Vs. I finally broke down and bought myself a better pair of ear protection than the cheap ones that I've been using. So we're going to talk about the features of this ear protection. We're going to talk about the different controls that are built into it, pros, cons, what I think of it overall, why I went with the PELTOR 5s compared to some of the other PELTORs, and then at the end I'm going to talk a little bit about if I think it's worth the larger price tag, higher price tag than some of the other ear protection on the market. Right off the bat, the first thing I want to say is the sound quality compared to other less expensive ear protection is way better, especially on the ambient sounds. The first time I was at a range wearing these and someone shot for the first time, I was expecting that cutout where all the ambient sounds get cut out, because again I've been using more inexpensive ear pro and that didn't happen. And it was weird. For a second, I'm like, are these on? Are these working? Because that's just what I was used to. So the sound quality and how the ambient noise doesn't drop is fantastic. The comfort is going to be my second biggest pro for me. Or not pro, but the second feature I want to highlight. If you spend a lot of time at the range, like I do, I was going home with a headache. Like when I used to work for Enforce, we're at the range 2, 3, 4 hours every day testing new lights, and I was going home with a headache every single day because my inexpensive ear pro was pushing on my head too much and it wasn't comfortable. With these, I noticed right away that the comfort is a lot better, and I can wear them for several hours without getting a headache or them hurting me at all. So sound quality, comfort right off the bat is absolutely amazing. Now let's talk about some of the specific features, like the noise reduction rating, or NRR. That's how much noise reduction you get to protect your hearing. This has a 23 NRR, and I think that's pretty good for a set of ear protection this size. Now, as I continue to go over the features on these ear protection, just keep in mind that PELTOR has a ton of different models. Not only of the ComTac 5s, but in the 6s, they have single leads and dual leads and push to talk, and some have microphones, overwhelming the different amounts. So there's a lot of different options out there. Again, I'll go through why I got these in just a second here. As far as batteries, you have a battery compartment on each side. Each side takes one AAA battery that gets you up to 150 hours. On the front of the hearing protection here, you do have a couple microphones for Omni Directional microphones, so you can kind of hear where the sound is coming from, and it kind of gives you an idea left, right, behind, front, etc., etc. The band, that is something else that is different from the previous versions of the ComTacs. The ComTac 3 was the previous versions, these 5s. This band is now a rubber type material instead of like a leather, which was on the old one. PELTOR says it is more durable and it's better for different environments, especially if they get wet. These tend to last a little bit longer. Like pretty much all PELTORs, any of the higher PELTORs, you can easily take these off of this band and hook them onto the arc rails if you are rocking a ballistic helmet or night vision or whatever. If you want to have some hearing protection on your helmet, you can easily do that with these, and there are several versions of these that come with those adapters as well if that's what you're buying it for. You can just buy that version if you choose. Again, single lead, dual lead, however you need to set it up. If you're in a department, SWAT team, military, whatever, they have all of those versions for you on their website as well. Now the controls are very, very basic, very simple, and I like that because I am very, very simple. The button in the front, you hold it for a few seconds, it turns on. Button in the back, you hold that for a few seconds, it turns off, and these do have an auto off feature, which I love because I always forget to turn my hearing protection off. If you press both buttons at the same time, you go into the menu, and there's a bunch of things in the menu. I'm not going to bore you with every single thing in the menu, but the one thing I like, they have 4 different predetermined modes in there to help you quickly switch the hearing protection to fit wherever you're doing. For example, EarPlug Mode, release time, balance mode, equalizer function. EarPlug mode is pretty simple. You have earplugs in, you put these on, and it increases the sound of the ambient noise 6 decibels to make up and help you hear for the double earplugs. Very, very helpful in the indoor range if people are shooting rifles or anything like that. Balance mode is going to balance the left and the right speakers, or you be able to switch the sound coming from the left or right speaker. If you want one to be higher or less, you can do so. Equalizer function kind of takes, if you have any noises, like if you're at an indoor range or a vehicle, just constant noises, you can switch this equalizer mode, and that constant noise, it's going to kind of filter it out and make up for that noise and just probably make it a more enjoyable experience without constantly hearing that hum in your ear. All right, before I continue and talk about the testing, the pros, cons, stuff like that, I need to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video. Today, guys, we have Prime Armor. Prime Armor makes really good quality plate carriers, armor plates. They're working on some level 4 plates as well, which is dope. I do think every single civilian who can afford body armor should own body armor, in my opinion. Discount code, link, all that good stuff is, of course, down in the video description if you want to pick anything up from Prime Armor. Anyway, now that I'm done shilling, let's talk about the testing that I've done. I've had these for several months, and I have used them dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Obviously, I go to the range a lot more often than the average person does. When I used to work for Inforce, at the end there, we were testing new lights, and we went to the range 3, 4, 5 days a week for 3, 4, 5 hours per day. No exaggeration. And having these was an absolute pleasure. Indoor, outdoors, doesn't matter. They're just, again, so much more comfortable. I shot them indoors. I shot them outdoors, mostly outdoors. I shot shotguns, long guns, rifles, pistols, larger calibers, all different sorts of stuff. If you look at any of my reviews for the past probably 2 or 3 months, you saw me probably wearing these in those reviews because I've been wearing them a ton. Besides all of the shooting and wearing them, I also use them quite a bit at my new job. My new job is with Roscoe Manufacturing. We make some of the best gun barrels in the industry, in my humble opinion. But we have a huge machine shop, which is pretty loud, and you're required, obviously, to wear eye and ear protection on the machine shop floor. So the foamies, the things they give you that go inside your ear, they do work, but now I can't hear anyone speaking in that machine shop. It's a machine shop, they're loud. So having these amplify those sounds, I can still hear whatever's going on the shop floor, and I don't have to say, what? So I use these a ton at work as well as going to the range. Pros, comfort. Super, super comfortable. Way more comfortable than the budget set of Air Pro. Sound quality. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I love that they sound better and that the sound doesn't cut out when you hear a loud noise like a gunshot. It's a lot more enjoyable to use it that way. Especially if you're using them for a long period of time. If you're at the range like I am for several hours, then that comfort is absolutely priceless. I'm also going to say 3M Peltor makes some of the highest quality, some of the best quality ear protection. There are several other companies out there making higher end ear protection, but you see Peltor used a ton with helmets, military, SWAT, police department, stuff like that. They are very, very good at hearing protection. And I don't really have a con of the hearing protection. I just point out the pricing. Again, all of their ComTac series, higher end series, are north of $500. They do have others that are less expensive that are still very, very good, but the ComTac type series are north of $500. Again, the model, the single lead, the dual lead for push to talk. If you want the arc rails, there's a million different options, but they're going to be north of $500. So is it worth it or not for you is the question. Overall, I think it's worth it for me, and I wish I made this investment a very, very long time ago. If you're the type of person who goes to the range once a month for an hour or two, it may not be worth it for you. You may be able to get by with a less expensive set of hearing protection. But if you wear hearing protection a lot, whether it be for work or range, or if you have the means to provide yourself and you want the nicer gear, the better gear, not the $100, $50, $20 set of hearing protection, if you want the higher end gear, then it's definitely worth it. Again, I wish I made this investment 5 years ago because just so much more comfortable. Just the comfort alone for me absolutely makes it worth it. Let me do a quick disclosure. I kind of stopped doing those in the beginning of the video. I'm sorry. Zero connection to 3M, Peltor, whatever, in any way, shape, or form. I don't think they would send me anything. I didn't even ask. I bought these online. I don't remember where. Let's just go ahead and pretend it was Brownells. I will put some affiliate links down in the video description. If you want to pick anything up, hook me up. Use those affiliate links. Really helps me out. If not, no big deal. I still love you. Everything else I'm about to say, the link is down in the video description. Okay? Don't forget, you got it. Sponsor of today's video, Prime Armor. Plate carriers, body armor. Every civilian should have body armor if it is in your funds. If you can afford it, you should absolutely do it. These are the other companies who support me with affiliate links. I love them. They are awesome. My Patreon supporters, again, I love them. They are awesome. They supply a lot of the ammo to this channel, and that is very, very helpful. I started a second YouTube channel dedicated to all YouTube shorts, quick, short, 60-second videos. Again, if you want to check that out, all of these links are down in the video description. What else? Patreon, Tiberious swag. If you want to look extra goofy in a t-shirt, hoodie, socks, whatever, we do have some Tiberious swag. More important than anything else, I always like to thank you guys for watching, liking videos, commenting, subscribing, enable the bell notification. Anytime you guys do any of that, I truly, truly appreciate it. I am so close. I'm getting close to hitting 20,000 subscribers at the time I'm recording this video. My goal was at the end of 2021 to hit 20,000 subscribers. And I thought that goal was insane because when I made it, I had 5,000 subscribers. But it looks like we're going to hit it. So if you're not subscribed, please hook me up, subscribe, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.